In today's video, I will show you guys how you can max out your gun level in less than 1 hour and get about 15 levels per game. So if you guys want to know the 6 best strategies to level up your gun and operator in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, make sure you watch until the end of the video to get infinite kills on Modern Warfare zombies. What is going on, guys? T-Tizzle here, bringing you another YouTube video. In today's video, we are going to go over the fastest ways possible to level up your guns and operators in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. For this method, we will be playing Modern Warfare Zombies because I believe it is by far the fastest way to level up and the most casual and enjoyable experience on this game. If you guys find this video useful, let me know by dropping a like, leaving a comment down below, and hitting that subscribe button. We are now on the road to 1,200 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me if you guys subscribed. And with that being said, let's hop right into the tutorial. So the first thing we are going to need to do is properly set up our classes. If you didn't know, in Modern Warfare Zombies, you can get weapons one of 3 ways. The first is you can select your weapon from the insured slot under Create a Class. The second is you can buy wall weapons off the wall in-game. And the third is by looting duffel bags, lockers, and hitting the mystery box. So if you guys are targeting leveling up a specific gun, make sure you select that weapon here in your insured weapon slot and bring that into the game with you. For your tactical, I recommend bringing in the decoy grenade because it is by far the best base tactical in the game that acts like a monkey bomb, which gets these zombies away from you when you are in a bad situation. The lethal isn't that important. I have really been enjoying the throwing knife because it's really good at killing dogs when they are chasing you. And for the field upgrade, I would recommend Ether Shroud if you are playing solo, but if you're playing with a team, I would recommend Healing Aura. And for our backpack, it doesn't really matter. If you have good schematics and can bring a few perks or Pack-a-Punch crystals into the game with you, go ahead and do that. But if not, it is no big deal. We will get looted up in the game. And now that our class is set up, we can hop right into the gameplay. So the very first method, which is probably the easiest but one of the most boring strategies, is to simply farm the easy contracts inside of the game. The easiest contract by far is the Deliver Cargo contract like you are seeing here on screen. This contract doesn't require you to shoot your gun or anything. All you have to do is drive a car to the extraction point and you will complete the contract. But when you complete the contract, the XP you earn will go directly to your operator and whatever gun you currently have equipped. And because of how easy and common this contract is, you can do this over and over again, farming a ton of XP. I would also recommend, if you're going for certain schematics, to make sure you are doing the contract in the correct tier level to get those schematics. You've seen on the screen here, I ended up getting the PhD flopper recipe and raw Ethereum crystal all in one game. The next contract that I believe to be the easiest are the bounty contracts, especially towards the end of the game when you have your gun triple Pack-a-Punch. For this, I just recommend getting a vehicle and spamming tier 1 bounty contracts, optimizing the amount of XP you can get while you're doing these. The next best method is to do the tank contract or the ACV contract. This contract is a ton of fun to do and will swarm you with zombies, allowing you to get hundreds of kills, which will help you level up. And then completing the contract will give you even more XP. The best way to get kills during this contract is to wait until the tank stops, listen and look at where the zombies are coming from, and then go and spawn kill them. The quicker you kill them, the more will end up spawning, so the faster you are, the more kills you can get. Another additional benefit to the ACV contract is it actually has the best drop rate to get rare items. So you are more likely to get those rare schematics when you utilize this contract. So spamming the ACV contract is a really good way to get a ton of kills and farm rare items inside of the game. The next best method is one of my favorites, and it is to do the Outlast contracts. The Outlast contracts look like the little UAV on the map. These contracts are fairly common, and you can actually get an infinite amount of kills when it comes to doing this contract. And because you really can get an unlimited amount of kills, it makes this contract one of my personal favorites. You can kind of see me doing that here on screen. I am doing an Outlast contract in the tier 1 zone, and you can see me leave the contract for just a little bit, which will bring the overall percentage down while still spawning zombies. So for this method, anytime you get close to completing the contract, you can just step away from where the Outlast is, farm kills around the building, and wait for the percentage to go down. And doing this will cause you to get infinite kills for as long as you want, which is why I really enjoy this method and find it to be one of the best for getting a ton of kills and farming XP. And the final really good contract to do is going to be just like the Outlast, but with more zombies. This is going to be the Spore Control contract. For this method, you are going to want to destroy all of the spores but one, which will spawn an infinite amount of zombies that are going to swarm you. The reason I believe this is better than the Outlast method is because it seems like this spawns more zombies and spawns them a lot quicker with a ton of special zombies that leads to more overall kills, getting you a ton more of XP. And it is also a little bit easier to farm this contract because it's just a little bit more common, and it typically pulls to somewhere outside in the open, which makes it easier to train and bundle up massive groups of zombies, making it easier to take out those larger groups. So as long as you do not destroy that final spore, you will get an infinite amount of zombies, optimizing the amount of XP you can get. The next two methods are by far the best to farm XP, and the first is farming exfil points. This has recently been buffed and will spawn a ton of zombies, allowing you to get hundreds of kills at a time. And the further you get into the game, the more and more intense the exfils will be. So before you do these, you better make sure you have pack-a-punch your weapons, because there will be a ton of special elite zombies along with regular and armored zombies coming from every direction, which can be pretty dangerous if you aren't careful. But if you do these over and over again, you are guaranteed to get a ton of XP and will likely level up your gun a couple of times for every single exfil you do. So make sure you guys try farming some exfils in your next game before Treyarch nerfs this again. One of my personal favorite things to do is whenever I am farming the contracts that I previously mentioned in this video, and I notice that I am nearby an exfil, I will go ahead and go to that exfil, farm the exfil, and then go ahead and continue and do the contract that I was after. Just because these exfils do have a cooldown, you have to wait about 2 to 3 minutes between every single exfil before you can do another. So if you optimize the amount of exfils you are doing by doing them in between contracts, you will get the most XP and the most kills that you possibly can in the game. And the best possible method to get a ton of kills and optimize your XP is the hardest method. This method has a high risk and a high reward to it, and this will be going to the Dark Ether and doing the Act 4 story mission. Whenever you get into the story mission, you will be prompted with breaking the 4 seals scattered across the map. When you activate these seals, an infinite amount of zombies will spawn trying to stop you, and as long as you are getting kills away from the seal, they will never stop spawning, allowing you to get as many kills as your heart desires. The only issue with this method is the only way to exfil is by completing the story mission and defeating the worm boss fight or dying. But I have completed the worm boss fight over 10 times now and have did it solo numerous times, so it isn't that difficult to do. But before you come into the story mission, you just need to make sure you are fully kitted up, making it as easy as possible. What I personally like to do is utilize all of the other strategies mentioned in this video, get fully kitted up while doing that, and when it is about time to exfil, I will go to the story mission, giving me another 30 minutes to farm XP. This is by far the fastest and best method I have found to get XP. Just make sure you guys are extremely careful when doing this, because it is a little more difficult to survive in this area, but you will get a ton of XP and level up a bunch of times inside of the game if you do this strategy. And that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you found this video useful and can use these methods in your game to level up your guns and operator as fast as possible. You can also see in this one game I did for getting gameplay, I ended up getting 4 schematics also, so doing this strategy will have multiple benefits, taking your game to the next level. And if you guys want to know how you can become the best possible zombies player, utilizing the best guns, perks, field upgrades, and ammo mods, make sure you check out my latest top 5s linked in the description below that will help you become a better player. And with that, I will catch you all